glass. Give me a clear night underneath all the stars. I don't want no concrete jungles, no suburbia. I just want somewhere that the blue skies are. So come with me to a place afar, where the palm trees dance and sway. So run with me. If we leave right now, we might make it in time. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone.
I'm Johnny Quest.
I'm Jennifer.
Or John. Just a little quick one of introduction to who we are. We originally came from Kansas and we moved to Texas in 2014, actually. We like to sail. We want to do some videos of sailing.
So we first started sailing in about 2008. That time we were in a 14-foot Neptune, and we sailed mainly in the Lake of the Ozarks. We moved to Texas in 2016. 2014. And when we first moved here and tried to sail in the bays, it was a disaster. We kept bottoming out. We could not figure out how to sail in the bays. When you sail in a lake, your keel's always down, and that's not the case when you sail in the bays. So it took us quite a while to get used to it. In about 2016, we were at the beach and we saw all these sailboats coming in for the Texas 200. At that time, we didn't know what the Texas 200 was. Saw all of these little sailboats. A lot of them were like 12 feet, 14 feet long, made out of plywood. And we figured if they could do this and sail the bays in those little tiny sailboats, and there was another Gregor Venture that also sailed it, that if they could figure it out, we could figure out how to do this.
So we decided to restore our McGregor Venture. It was going to take us a little while to do that. In the meantime, we decided, we put it up for sale first. Nobody would buy it, so we decided to restore it. So we bought us a little Hobie Cat catamaran. Learned how to sail in the bays, shallower water. And of course, Jennifer likes different kind of sailing than I do.
John is a pedal to the floor, adventurous sailing. He likes to go fast. He likes to tilt. He likes to jump the waves. I am a lazy day sailor who gets nervous if the boat's tilting. I don't like the wind going more than 15 miles an hour. I just like very relaxed sailing.
Yeah. So we decided we went and started fixing up the boat. We kind of got to know some people in the Texas 200. So we fixed up our sailboat, sailed our first sail in first Texas 200, 2022. You know, it was exciting. Of course, Jennifer wasn't going to sail with me that year. I was going to sail it with my son, Daniel. And Daniel couldn't sail. He is working on the boat time that the deal's going on. And I said, well, I'm just going to sail it myself. She said, no, I guess I'll go with you. That was a great adventure. That was almost the end of a lot of things, but she decided to do it again in 23, and we have some great videos of that. We want to share some of that with you.
Thanks for joining us on our 2023 Texas 200 adventure.
Well, this is Water on the Moon. It's a 1974 McGregor Venture. It's got a draft of about 18 inches, and it's 21 foot long. We restored it in 2021, and this is what we take on the Texas 200. Texas 200, 2023, our second year, and we're going to start at Port Isabel. We're going to have lots of fun. We're going to have lots of wind from what I hear this year, at least the first 3 days. First of all, we get together take our boats down on Saturday, get together on Sunday morning, do a captain's meeting, and then we all drive our vehicles back to Magnolia Beach and get on a bus and ride back. And then we start our day out sailing on Monday morning. This year, our first stop is going to be at the Mansfield Jetties. As you see here, we're taking off out of the Port Isabel right now at Long Island Resort. We got to go through a bridge that they got to open up for us. Hopefully that goes well. Then we'll head out up to Madre and see what happens then. Looks like the wind's going to be coming out of the southeast. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully we won't die.
The Sunday morning captain's meeting are always fun. You get to see all the other sailors, talk with all the other sailors, turn in your waivers, and learn about ways to not die on the Texas 200. We are off on Monday morning. Notice we're all smiles to begin it. We'll see how long those last.
We're off for the Texas 200 second trip, 2023. That's where we stayed at. Long Island. There's a sailboat. Texas 200 guy. I don't know who that is. Oh shit. It's a little shallow there or something.
What?
It says it's 9 foot. I must have been something there because it says it's 9 foot. You gotta hit a big fish. You got in line with those lines right there. I don't know how we get him to open the gate. Now we ain't got no wind on it. See where we are out in the bay. Day one, finally got through the bridge. Took us 2 hours, 3 hours to get through the bridge. See, that wind ain't that strong. See shadow. Yeah. See, I don't have a rolling furler on my jib. I'm gonna get one set up. I'm gonna tell you that. Do what? Yeah, yeah. Oh, I never did change that little. See that stay right there? See that deal sticking up? Never fixed that. I hope that pin stays in me.
When they go. On the Texas 200, you'll see some of the coolest, most creative boats. These are just a couple of the ones that we took pictures of.
Big water out here, but it ain't much. Pretty shallow.
Wow, you got fancy down here, baby.
Hey, see that?
Huh?
You can open it if you need to, but you don't have to. But, so can you see the panel?
Yeah, but I don't see. Are you saying I have to plug in a car adapter into there?
No. To the other side. Reach over to the all the way over. There's another little thing.
Oh, okay.
So the charges are all in that bag over there. Bunch of grass here. Looks like Ziggy's following you behind you there. They're working on that bridge over there. And that old boy said, yeah, we should be open about 9 o'clock. He didn't open until 10. But it worked out all right. We're at the first island before the jetties. East of Port Manchester. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7:28 to 9:30. Yeah, I just want to have a quick overview of the day. The wind was blowing out of the southeast for about 17 miles an hour, with gusts up to 25, sometimes maybe hitting 30. The waves was up there pretty good size. Afternoon they was. It mellowed down towards the evening. You know, we had some good sailing. We seen some dolphins, quite a few dolphins this trip, which is always fun watching the dolphins. We've seen the stingray fly up out of the water, which I've never seen that. The day was pretty spectacular, actually. The sailing was really great today. Yeah, we had the gust, and so it wasn't quite as smooth as you would like. Done a little bit of bucking, but not bad. It was actually pretty good. It's pretty neat watching different sailors sail up to you and actually sail by you and pass you up. But you know, we're just kind of taking it easy. We had a third reef in there for a little while today. Took it nice and easy. But that's how Jennifer likes to sail that way. She likes to sail nice and easy and leisurely, and that's what it's all about. Go out there and have some fun together. And when we finally got to Port Mansfield's jetty, we had to turn into the wind to get to the jetty. It was gusting pretty good. It kind of blew us out of whack a little bit, so we just dropped sail and fired up the motor. But we finally got in there. Our boat with a tent on the back in the cockpit area. We can't sleep inside. We like to put a tent on the outside, give us a little bit more room. We put a air mattress in there, and it's really comfortable. And we got fresh air blowing off the water. We camp on the beach also sometimes. We like camping that way on the boat. Well, it's been a long day, so I think we want to get some shut-eye, maybe have a couple beers, and get a little sleep, and we'll catch you guys in the morning.
I love waking up in the mornings on the Texas 200. It's so quiet and peaceful, especially the first morning's the best. Just being able to look around and see the water and hearing the birds calling. It's just such a wonderful experience.
Day 2. Tiger's making you some tea. Going right beside the SCW.
Hot.
See somebody actually working out on the barge, but see he's got something in his hand. Sailing along about 3.5 knots. 3.5. Pretty decent sized wave. And here's my beautiful crew right here. She's the one who does all the work I just said here. That green boat back there's actually 2 of them look exactly alike. There's wives on one and husbands on the other one. Probably the wives are in the lead. The other husbands are probably way back. Oh, there's a big wave. Yeah, I think that's Mac. Hey, Mac. How you doing? Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, only little stuff broke on her, a couple little things.
Huh.
I have one pin barely hanging on with
And one of my shrouds barely hanging on by a little bit, and I didn't notice it. But I seen it just in time. Yeah. That's that little precision boat. Where is it?
Yeah, that's the one.
So, that might be the one from. That ain't the ones from.
They're from Cyprus. So now you have to say again what you like about this.
This is the second day. Middle of the second day. Going about 12 miles maybe. Something like that. 12 miles, maybe not 10.
I think it's like 15.
Driving about 3.5 knots is all.
And the truth is we are going 4 knots, 3.7.
4 knots down the way. Maybe 4 knots down the way. And then the wave slows you down so. But we still got about 30 miles to go today. So we might not make it to the camp. We'll see. No. Sometimes it's boring, sometimes it's overexciting. Most time it's just calm, relaxed.
Does it look like when it's overexciting there, babe?
Uh-huh.
I said, what does it look like when it's overexciting there,
When
babe?
Jennifer's hollering at me. Jennifer's hollering at me, drop the sail. You're chilling, whatever. What are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running this tiller right here. The main thing is I don't want to run into those signs. Yeah, you have to get out in the open water, know what it's like. It's a different world. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it's amazing. From a boy from Kansas that never was around water much. Can't swim. Can't float. Figured, oh well, if I drown, this would be a good way to drown. We're not at the tail end. There's a few boats behind us. Probably not very many. It gets dark, we'll make camp somewhere. Anchor along the ICW. It's like you're shooting at me. That right there is what you call a catch rig. Got two masts. Well, at least I think that's what you call it. It's got a mess. Maybe not. That's got a mess. It's called a masonry sail. That's it. Masonry sail.
So John is putting our Harbor Freight cheapo solar lights up the mast for our lights because of our disaster last year. We are a little nervous about running the lights all night long. Last year, first night, we ran the lights, the mast, the stern, the bow, ran all the lights all night long, and we did not have any power the next morning, nor did we have any power the entire rest of the trip, which kind of sucked. Going to use the Harbor Freight cheapo rope lights. Thank you, Harbor Freight, for making cheap junk that we don't care if it gets ruined, but working long enough to keep boats from crashing into us.
So that's another win. We had electricity today. Day 2 last year, we had no electricity. So that's another big win. Tonight, John and I are off on our own. We are on a barrier island next to some occupied fish camps and deserted fish camps. Most of them are deserted, so it's not like we can go to the neighbor for help because there are no neighbors at most of them. Overall, today was a huge win. Baffin Bay is tomorrow, which I'm a little scared about, not gonna lie. They're calling for seas up to 6 feet at times, so yeah, that's gonna be a bitch. Gonna get started really early. Hope that the Neptune blesses us with some calm seas. Know that we've already lost a few people this year. That someone had a tiller break and a few other people, not sure if they've dropped out, but hopefully we're gonna make it all the way for year number 2. By no means would I have said that I was going to be doing a second year of this damn thing. But yep, I even ran the helm for quite a while today. Got up to almost 7 knots myself, so I guess maybe that means I'm closer to being an experienced sailor. We'll see. So, calling an end to day number 2.
Day 2. We had a good day. The heat index was about 105 degrees. That's what it is in June around here in Texas. The wind was blowing about 20 for the average for the day. It was blowing pretty hard. Left our third reef in most of the day. We did okay, you know. Yeah, the gust was up there 25 to 30. Still blowing out of the southwest, or out southeast, I'm sorry. That's the way you want it to blow, the way we was going. Except for the waves was pretty big. You know, we had 3 or 4 foot waves. Bucking is pretty good. Yeah, when you have that wind blowing pretty hard behind you, those waves hit pretty good. So you get a little bit of weather helm on that rudder. My rudder, it's about 3.5 feet long, so it hangs down there quite a ways. It's just the way it works with that boat. So we're sailing up through my Laguna Madre into the land cut. We're going to actually go into the land cut for a few miles, probably about 28, 30 miles actually. So we're going to go through the land cut, and which is pretty wide, and it's actually kind of neat to go through there. Your waves ain't quite so big, but it's kind of neat sailing up through there. You just got to watch out for the barges. That's it. Don't get in front of them barges. Them suckers will get you. You don't want to get too close to the edge either, because then you get into the shallows. But one thing I learned after a couple years of doing this, I finally figured out I want to stay to the windward side, because when you get to the other side, the leeward side, you get in trouble over there when them barges come by, because that sucker will blow you. That wind will blow you into the freaking side, and then the water gets really shallow when the barges go by and suck the water out. And then you get the waves that raise up, and it's just crazy. So I always try to stay to the windward side of them barges, because I have a little bit more control. We're actually heading up through there to a place called Yarborough Pass. The theme of the year is small boat adventure. They set some camps at some areas that's pretty tight to get to. And I don't think that my boat can quite get to a few of them. It's got about a 16-inch draft. And a lot of them areas were like Yarborough Pass. It's only probably about a foot and a half deep the most throughout the whole area. So I think I'm probably going to camp 4 or 5 miles shy of there tonight. Worried about the depth of it, and the wind's still blowing pretty good throughout the day. Matter of fact, they we talked to a few people that did stay at the Yarborough Pass, and that night the wind did beat them up pretty good because there's really not a lot of protection around there. So the wind kind of tore them up a little bit. And actually, there was only about 4 or 5, maybe 6 boats that actually made it to there this year. So we pulled off about 5 miles from the end of the land cut to stay out of the wind. And we had actually good night camping. We camped out there. We had to walk through a little bit of mud to get our camp going, but it's kind of neat to camp on the long side of some of them areas up in there. But we're going to probably going to close it up for tonight. We'll talk to you guys soon.